Welcome all to the Above Average Baseball Show with your host, that is me, the King Source. There's the agenda for you. Little technical difficulties getting going. Give me a second to share this out, and we will go from there. Just want to start as well as I get this shared out. I apologize for not doing a show for a little while. I've been having some issues with my mouth. I would have to eating hot food put up under this side of my mouth, and it burned the inside of my cheek and the gum along there and caused swelling. It was putting pressure on the gums. So, yeah. It hurt pretty bad there for a long time and just drove me nuts. And I could barely talk. Barely eat. My energy was low because I struggled eating everything. But we're back now. My mouth starts hurting again. It's not completely healed, but it's healed to the point the pain is basically gone. Okay? So if it stays that way, I'll be alive for a half hour at least. If there's enough questions, I might push it for an hour. You can see our agenda on the screen. I'm going to work through that as well. Just give me a minute to finish sharing this out, and we'll get right into the agenda. The top is about Anthony Ziegler, the Yankees catching phenom, and he's doing really good this year. He's raking, a switch hitter, switch thrower, though he's been throwing right-handed mostly. I can throw both hands too. It's not hard to learn. It's awkward at first, but once you do it enough, that awkwardness goes away, then you build strength up. What happened with me is when I was little, I injured this hand. I was right-handed, but then I injured this hand, burning it. Technically, birds couldn't use it, so I do everything left-handed and made me ambidextrous. So, cool little note about me of how I became ambidextrous. So, yeah, I could do anything with either hand. I could throw with either hand. I've always thrown a frisbee either-handed. Everything. Now, I did suffer the concussion and then a minor stroke in close succession, which made the left side of my body a little weaker. But yeah. Check for questions. No questions yet. Let's go ahead and dive right into this. And why did it go back to that? Weird. So, yeah, he is going to be at Double A within the next few weeks, as will the other prospect, Jason Dominguez. That's why he was pulled out. They're thinking about doing them. They decided, no, let's give him a little more time. Prove he's healthy. But Ziegler is raking. A catcher at number 300. He's showing power from both sides of the plate, showing contact on both sides of the plate, gunning runners out. You name it. The dude is raking. It's something to watch. But number 2 there, and I did not have time to make all these slides. My uncle was here for the last several hours where I would have done it. We were dealing with him, talking with him. We're at the park. A whole bunch of stuff did not get it done. Sorry about that. I do have it for the standings. As you've seen. Popping up when it shouldn't. Somebody sent me a message on Facebook I want to talk to right now. But anyways, so, yeah, let's move on to Matt Weiss of Michigan. Ejected and suspended the rest of the year because he was using foreign substances. If a college athlete is doing it, the pros are doing it. And the one he was using is invisible. All you'd have to do is rub here. You couldn't see it. You'd actually walk up and touch his hand to see it. But he got ejected for it because they complained. They checked his glove, and the glove was wet. And it wasn't sweat. So, yeah. Michigan's star pitcher got ejected. He has been pathetic since. Every pro has to be doing it if he's doing it. Derek Jeter joined Twitter about 2 weeks ago. It's been interesting to watch the way his tweets are and everything like that. Very interesting. Is Bryce Harper about to force a trade? And would the Yankees, Cubs, or Padres be the destination? It is believed Harper's done in Philly. Now, they have turned it around. They're back to 500, but he doesn't like it there. He feels he jumped the gun on that deal. He should have waited a few more weeks to see if a team like the Yankees would come in last second. Yeah. I think it's about to force a trade. That's my personal opinion. We'll see. I don't know for sure. I think he will. If so, the Yankees, Cubs, and Padres are his top 3 preferred destinations. Okay? He would never go to the Giants. It's never happening. He hates them. He grew up a Dodgers fan. Dodgers don't have a roster spot. That's why they're not on his list. They are on his list if they have a roster spot. They're not, so I'm not including them. But yeah, I think it'll happen in the offseason if it does happen. Same with Juan Soto. I don't think it comes this trade deadline. It'll be next offseason. I'm Wilson Contreras. The Yankees are the believed destination. I have that twice on there on purpose. There's a reason for it. There's two parts to this. The Cubs love what the Yankees have, would love getting Duhar in the package. Especially if Happ and Seiya Suzuki are involved in the trade as expected. That's new information you're only getting from the King Source. Suzuki is done with the Cubs. He wants out and wants to go to the Yankees. He wants a chance at championship. He knows the Yankees are the best team in baseball. Now, Contreras wants traded. He wants the Yankees. The Cubs want him to go to the Yankees. Most likely, it happens. Just yesterday, I was told by a Cubs source, the Cubs have been informed by Contreras, the Yankees are his preferred destination. Remember, his best friend's name Anthony Rizzo. Where's he playing? Keep that in mind. The Yankees are a little bit hesitant to do this trade, mind you, if they don't get an extension done. They probably still do it, but without an extension, they're hesitant to do it. So Contreras will be traded by the deadline. They did get arbitration, but he's refusing extension talks. He's gone. I think it happens sooner than later, and it will be the Yankees. Also, during the game last night, he told Torres, I'll see you soon. He believes he's going to the Yankees. If so, Happ, Suzuki, or both are going with him. We'll see what happens. Robbie Ray, how about this one? Conned everybody, especially the Mariners. He's pathetic. ERA almost 6 again. He's walking a lot of people. What does this tell us? He was a fluke. He should not have won the Cy Young last year. Should have been cold for one. 2, the Jays are cheating. The Jays are cheating. They're cheating. No other way to put it. They're using more substance with the pitchers to make them better than they are. Pretty funny. They're way out of the division race, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, they're cheating. Wow. His collapse in Seattle proves it because Seattle's ballpark so much more pitcher-friendly than Toronto's Rogers Center's not even funny. Wow. Another surprise. Robbie Cano, his career is kaput. Got released by the Padres at 123, I think it was. 124. Over 12 games with them, they just booted him out. I think Cano needs to retire. I think it's done. I think his career is over. He'll never get to Hall of Fame. Nothing. I think Cano's career is over. Girardi canned. Joe Madden canned. There's talks La Russa is going to be canned. So manager firing season is here. We'll see what happens, but we're into that season. Another thing, going back to the Wilson trade talks, Miguel Andujar wants out. He's done. He wants out. I think he will be in the package either the Cubs or to the Pirates. Bring back either Contreras or Reynolds. Yankees want to get both of them by the trade deadline. We'll see what they do. Planning to get both. So Andujar, I believe, is gone. Now we can take a look at the standings. And I can go back over the stuff you guys want if I get a question about it. I wanted to do the AL first, but I guess today we'll do NL first. You see the Mets have 39 wins. They've been struggling as of late. 6-4 last 10. 21 losses. The Yankees are 5 losses fewer than any other team in baseball. How funny is that one, guys? How funny is that one? Look at the Braves. They're roared back with 500. They're starting to catch up to the Mets. The Phillies, as I said, are at 500. And a lot of these have not been updated for the day standings. Mind you. Some have, some have not. The Marlins are approaching 500. I don't think they get there. And then you have the Nationals that are just hopeless. They're hopeless. They're almost winning games below 500. They are behind the Mets for that division lead. And I think the Mets will completely lose that division lead. I think both the Braves and Phillies catch them. We'll see where the Mets end up. That is because Mets do not have DeGrom. They do not have Scherzer. So, yeah. Then see, the Cardinals are not leading that division. They are games out. I don't know what they are showing there. The Cardinals had 29 wins yesterday. They've only played 2 games since. They were 31-24 going into the current series. There's no way they have 34 wins. Somebody's rigging that. And the Brewers have 35 wins going into yesterday, and they won yesterday. So the NL Central, something is off there. Brewers losing 7 straight? No, that's not what I've seen. Something is off in that Central Division. Cardinals are not going to be near the division lead, let alone leading it. Pirates at 24-32. Okay, that's right about where they should be. They should have 22 wins. Cubs 23-34. Cubs would be exact opposite. They should be exact opposite record, maybe 36 wins. But they're about to sell off some pieces. So then there's the hopeless Reds as well, and they are way out. More games below 500 than they are behind the BS cheating Cardinals. The Cardinals are not up there. They're not up there. I can tell you that much. 5-5 last 10. There's no way they passed him as 4 games ahead of him. Going 5-5 last 10. Something fishy is going on there. The Dodgers continue to lead the NL West. I think they will win it this year. Padres a game behind them. I think they'll finish second. And then you see the Giants are struggling. Diamondbacks have fallen off a cliff over the Rockies. They're way out. I think the Giants continue to fall. We'll see what happens. I do think they continue to fall. Take a look at the AL. In the West, the Astros continue to illegally lead that division. They're not going to have 20 wins right now. Dead serious. Jeremy Pena's on Peds, sign stealing. The Astros are blatantly stealing signs, blatantly using foreign substances. They're the biggest cheaters in the sport. Red Sox second biggest, even be at 500. We'll get back up there in a minute. Angels, 28-32. They have just fallen off a cliff. Angels have lost, what is it, 14 of the last 15. Doesn't make sense. Rangers about caught the Angels. They're probably going to pass them soon. Then you have the Mariners up there playing a little better baseball. They could catch the Angels pretty easily. Then the A's. How much did the Astros pay the umpires to screw over the Angels, who were leading the division before they fell off a cliff? How much? That's the question everybody should be asking. In the Central, the Twins, 35-26, beat the Rays again today. 2 straight against the Rays. They've won the series against the Rays, 3 of their last 4. The Twins continue to play some good baseball. They've about caught the Astros as well, but way behind the Yankees. Nobody's near the Yankees. They have Cleveland Guardians, who are in the third wildcard spot right now. The 28-26 record, 519 winning percentage. Then you have the White Sox. They're a surprise. I don't think they're that bad, but it shows they are. Then the Tigers at 23-34, and of course the Royals, who should have about 35 wins. They're a lot better than that. There's the Yankees' best record in baseball, 724. You can see only one other team in the whole AL has a 600 or better winning percentage, and they're the BS cheating Astros. The Yankees way ahead of the Blue Jays, who are losing to the Tigers right now. Keep that in mind, because that could raise the division 8.5 games over everybody. By the time the Yankees are done, but the Astros, or excuse me, the Rays 9 out. Tampa Bay is already 8.5 out. The Rays are falling apart. The Rays are falling apart. I would not be surprised if they get swept tomorrow by the Twins. Boston, of course, 31-28 illegally. 8-2 last time. They're not good enough. They are blatantly using sign stealing, PEDs, foreign substances, etc. to get hot. That's the only explanation with them. And of course, the O's are bad. So, let's look at the standings for you. Yeah, any questions? Go ahead and ask them. But yeah, there's some cheating going on around baseball. It's emphatic. It's emphatic. Let's come over here. I'm going to see if there's anything popping up around baseball. I can give you some scores as well. If you are anywhere near Wilbur or Swanton, Nebraska, there have been tornadoes in that area all day. All over Nebraska all day. So just be alert. Beatrice, Wilbur, DeWitt, there was a bona fide hook echo seen around there. So just be on alert in that area. Might make this one a short one, just as the return. We got through our subjects. Yeah, let's go ahead and check here. I'm going to check on MLB homepage to see if there's anything there. Phillies are winning again, so they're about to get above 500. Steve Sack's son among 5 Marines killed in a crash. I don't know why that should be on ESPN. That shouldn't be. It's sad. I'm not going to make any bones about that, but it should not be on there. By the way, Marlins are beating the Astros again as the Astros start to fall apart. Detroit continuously Toronto 2-0. We'll see if they can finish that off. Washington up 8-4 on Milwaukee. This is fishy. How much are the Cardinals paying the umpire to screw with the Brewers? Brewers pitching is too good. Too good. Texas beat the White Sox 11-9 as the White Sox continue to struggle. Of course, 6-5 win for Minnesota over the Rays. Everybody loves seeing that. Pittsburgh is up 4-3 on the Braves. The Braves have the bases juiced, 1 down in the bottom of the 7th there. Baltimore up 5-3 at Kansas City. So Kansas City rallies on that one. The Royals have been playing a little bit better baseball. They've won 3 of the last 4 as well. Coming up here about an hour, Yankees Cubs on Fox. It's Baseball Night in America. It used to be amazing. It was Fox 13th Baseball Game of the Week. It was amazing to watch games on Fox. It's kind of fallen off a cliff as they went to Baseball Night in America. Don't have the same pregame, postgames, and all of that. So Whitlock, the former Yankees on the IL due to ailing hip. That is PEDS, sign of PEDS. The Braves claim Mike Ford. Got to throw that at my brother's a Braves fan. Yeah. Is Olsen doing that bad that they're signing a freaking bum to play first base? It's weird. Who is this person? Well, there's an actual profile. Not a lot of friends. I don't feel like talking to her, though. So get rid of it. That's just funny. The Braves actually signed Mike Ford. That one is funny. That one's funny. My brother doesn't like it. Let's see. Buehler, big one. Walker Buehler. He's headed for Tommy John. So is Kyle Hendricks to the Cubs. Calling out right now. They're both hitting from rise on their elbows. Be ready for that one. And my voice just barely started hurting. What I mean by that is the burn stuff here. It's scarred over, there's no pain now. But I stretched it enough where it's not hurt a little bit. We'll go a little longer though. Brewers win tonight. Yeah, it's a doubleheader if you didn't know. The Brewers are playing again. That's one of the couple of doubleheaders out there. I'm not seeing a lot of baseball stuff. The Baltimore Orioles very likely to be sold as their owner's being sued. So they're very likely to be a sold team there. Everybody's calling for Tony Payne to get fired by his team. And 9 innings allowed of, or runs allowed 4 innings by a Pirates pitcher as the Braves have taken the lead 6-4, so a bases clearing double, I think it was. There. D-backs reduced the pads, 2 outs on the top of the 7th. They're down 3-0 to the Phillies, who are trying to get their 30th win and get above 500. How odd is it that we haven't had a no-hitter alert in like 4 or 5 days? A little bit weird on that one. A little weird on that one. Yeah, I better get off. My voice and my mouth are hurting, so I better end this one. I hope you had fun. Covered everything we could cover. We had a great time. Have fun, everybody. And the King Source. Remember, like and subscribe. Helps everybody out.